Hi. There are actually approximately 3,000 major religions in the world today. And religion is something almost all of us have in common. In every place in the world and in every time of history, people have practiced different religions. I am a Christian Catholic, and I have organized ecumenism talks. What is ecumenism? It is the dialogue between the different branches of Christian faith. I have also assisted to international interfaith dialogues and have found it hard to understand how can we reach a peaceful coexistence between the world's religions when this coexistence is frail even among Christians. A priest once spoke to me of an analogy I found useful to understand how this coexistence should and can be achieved. So, he said, imagine a bicycle wheel. So here's my bicycle wheel. I'm not a good drawer, so, okay. Or, well, you can imagine the London Eye if it suits you better. So, he said that people from all the different religions were standing around the tire of the wheel, and we were all heading center at this point. I asked, what is in the center of the wheel? He actually did tell me the answer, and in fact, he gave me plenty of answers, but I won't tell them to you right now for you to start thinking, what do you think is in the center of this wheel? So I'll just go on. He continued saying that each person starts his path along one of the spokes of the bicycle wheel towards the center. And we are all heading in the same direction. So my question then was, if we're all heading in the same direction, then what's the problem? And his answer was quite simple. He said, the problem was, it was only one wheel. So as you might know, the spokes in the bicycle, they reach some points in which the persons that might be standing here are so packed up that they might be shoulder to shoulder. And being shoulder to shoulder, of course, causes some bumping. And, well, this way, like, intolerance and conflicts make a harder way towards the center. So after this conversation with this priest, I went and continued talking about the bicycle wheel, that was all over my head. So I said, what was it to do? What could we do? So what if, instead of poking my spoke neighbor with a stick, hoping he'd fall, we lend him a helping hand when he tripped over? Why, instead of walking in silence, why didn't we accompany each other with words of support, songs, cheers? Wouldn't it be easier? If each one of us in our own spoke focused on it, respected the other spoke, and tended to him when he was in need, even though our spokes might be entirely different, wouldn't this change something? I think we today can change the way these things are. We can teach grown-ups how, even though there can be some bumping, we're all heading center. I invite you today, if you'd like, of course, to use this bicycle wheel analogy as a way of living, because, well, it's an example we can set. So, sorry. We must remember and always remember that we are all heading in the same direction. We are all heading center. And this center has unchangeable values. We must stop seeing and looking at our religions superficially. It's not the leaders, the actual leaders of a religion. There's not the commissionalisms we're following. It's the center, the idea at the center. So this reminds me that I have not told you what the priest answered to me when I asked what was at the center. He told me that in the center, we had the answer to existence, we had truth, we had happiness, we had love. But personally, I like to call him God. Thank you.